Welcome students. So today we are starting with question number 15, right? Limit x tends to pi, sine pi minus x upon pi minus x. If you substitute pi here, then this is 0. Now this pi is constant. So you know working rule for limit constant is we have to write to outside the limit. So this is 1 upon pi. Now this is limit x tends to pi. This is sine pi minus x whole upon pi minus x. Now we have one formula, limit theta tends to 0, sine theta upon theta, answer is 1. This is the formula we have, right? Now this is, see, theta, pi minus x, but what we want this tends to 0, but this x tends to pi. So suppose I assume that this is theta, right? So if we assume that pi minus x is equal to theta, right? Then as x tends to pi, so we have to substitute x is equal to pi here. We have to substitute pi is equal to here. Then pi minus pi. Then pi minus pi is equal to theta. That is theta is equal to 0. So what we get? Theta is equal to 0. Right? So remember this thing and consider this is theta upon theta. Answer is 1. But here is x tends to pi. So x tends to pi. This implies pi minus x tends to 0. Right? So I am writing directly due to this reason 1 upon pi limit pi minus x tends to 0. Either we can write pi minus x because if we multiply this minus, right? See here, this is given x tends to pi. Sorry. If I multiply by minus, then this become minus x tends to minus pi. And now adding pi. So pi minus x. So pi minus x tends to 0. So I am writing directly. Right? So answer will be sine pi minus x upon pi minus x. That is, this is 1. So answer will be 1 upon pi into 1. That is 1 upon pi is your answer. Right? Got it? Now, here, if we substitute x equal to 0 here, then denominator is not equal to 0. That means we have to substitute directly limit. So substituting direct limit, we get cos pi whole upon pi minus 0. Now cos pi is on left hand side of unit circle, and on left hand side point is minus 1 0, and you know x represent always cos. So cos pi is minus 1. So this is minus 1 upon pi. Cos pi is minus 1. Oh, sorry, it's given 0. So we have to write here 0. So cos 0 is always 1. So cos 0 is 1 because this is point this. So cos 0 is always 1. So answer is 1 upon pi. Right? And if it is given x minus pi, then this is not defined because denominator is 0. So you have to write pi minus x. Right? So that is not possible. Now here, question number 17. Limit x tends to 0, cos twice x minus 1. But you have formula like this. 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta, and 1 plus cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta. These are the formula. So here it is given cos 2x minus 1, and in denominator also cos x minus 1. So taking minus common from numerator and denominator both, we get limit x tends to 0 minus 1 minus cos twice x whole upon minus 1 minus cos x. This minus minus become plus. Now 1 minus cos 2 theta. 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin square theta. So this is limit x tends to 0, 2 sin square theta, that is 2 sin square x, and this is 2 sin square x by 2, because angle is 1. So we have 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square half angle. 2 becomes 1 half. Then 1 becomes 1 upon 2. Right? Now this 2 will be cut. So this is limit x tends to 0. Limit x tends to 0. Sin square x. Sin square x. So upon what we require for formula is this. So if this is square, then we want this also square. So we require x square. We require x square. So dividing by x square, we have to multiply by x square also. Now in denominator, there is a sin square x by 2. So what we require? Whole square. Sin square, that means we require whole square. Now x by 2. So x by 2. So we are multiplied by x by 2 whole square. That means we have to divide by x by 2 whole square. Right? So now giving separate limit. This is limit x tends to 0. This is sin x whole square upon x whole square. Right? Now this is x square. ये भी ना बोल रहा है. X square whole upon. This is x square upon 4 will go to numerator, and giving these also separate limit. So limit x tends to 0. This is x by 2 whole square upon sin x by 2 whole square. Now answer of this is 1. So this is 1 square. This x square will be cut. So 4 is constant. So as it is. And this is also 1. So 1 square. So your final answer will be 4. Your final answer will be 4. Right? Now here, question number 18. Limit x tends to 0, ax plus x cos x upon b sin x. Now for formula, what we require? We require in form sin theta upon theta. So there is a sin x here, and we don't need this x. So dividing numerator and denominator by x, then we get sin x upon x here. So dividing numerator and denominator by x, we get limit x tends to 0, ax plus x into cos x whole upon x whole upon b sin x upon x. Right? As you know, we are not a civil engineer, but we have to do this. Okay. Now if you bifurcate, giving numerator a separate limit and denominator a separate limit, and bifurcating this, xx will be cut. So we get a, that is constant, so no need to write limit. Right? This xx will be cancelled. So limit x tends to 0, cos x is the answer, whole upon b is constant, so writing outside the limit and giving limit in denominator, limit x tends to 0, sin x upon x. So now what is your answer? A. X tends to 0, that is cos 0. So a plus cos 0 upon b into, this is sin theta upon theta is 1. Now cos 0 is 1. So answer will be a plus 1 upon b. A plus 1 upon b. Now question number 19. Limit x tends to 0, x into sec x. Now x tends to 0, so everything is 0. So answer is 0. Right? Because x is in multiplication and sec 0 is 1. So sec 0, that is 0 into 1. So answer is 0. Okay? For your satisfaction. Got it? Next question is question number 20, page 302. Limit x tends to 0, sin ex plus bx upon ex plus sin ex. Now we have only one formula, that is limit theta tends to 0, sin theta upon theta, and answer is 1. So as we did in previous question, what we have to do? We want to divide and multiply, divide numerator and denominator by x. Right? Either taking x common from numerator as well as from denominator, both are same. So we are taking x common, that is limit x tends to 0. If I take x common, then here no x, so we have to divide by x. So this is sin ax whole upon x plus b. Got it? Did you get it? Are you with me? Okay, fine. Now taking x common from here, we get a plus sin bx upon x. Now this x will be cut. Now giving separate limit to numerator, we get limit x tends to 0 sin ax upon x plus b is constant, so no need to write limit because constant is always outside the limit, and x tends to 0, nothing x here, so we can write constant as it is, whole upon, this is a constant, plus limit x tends to 0, this is sin bx upon x. Now for this formula, if you wish to apply this formula, then we want theta upon theta, and theta tends to 0. So x tends to 0 is there. Now here is theta is, this is your theta. Theta is ax, and here in denominator only x. That means we have to multiply by a in numerator. So if we multiply by a here, then we have to multiply by here. In numerator, in denominator, we are multiplying by a. In denominator, multiply by a. That means we have to divide by here a. That is a, divide and multiply. Same thing here. We need denominator b. If we multiply by b, we have to write b here. Now what is the answer of this? Answer of this is limit x tends to 0 sin ax, that is theta. So if I multiply this limit by a, then ax tends to a into 0 is always a, 0, and bx, so I am multiplying by b, then 0 into b is always b. So answer of this is 1. So a into 1 plus b whole upon a plus b into 1. That is what we get, a plus b upon a plus b, that is 1. Got it? Now second question is question number 21, page 302. Limit x tends to 0 cosec minus cot x. Cosec minus cot x. So there is no formula for cosec and cot. That means we have to change into sin and cos, right? So changing sin and cos, we get limit x tends to 0. This is 1 upon sin x minus cos x upon sin x. So both denominator are same. Taking LCM, so we get limit x tends to 0. This is 1 minus cos x whole upon sin x. This is 1 minus cos x. Means rationalizing this, that means multiplying divide by 1 plus cos x. So this is 1 plus cos x whole upon 1 plus cos x. So you know, while we rationalizing, there is a one term either in numerator either in denominator is extra term, right? So this is useful term. This is useful term. So 1 minus cos x, that is a minus b. 1 plus cos x, that is a plus b. So answer is a square minus b square. So answer will be limit x tends to 0, 1 minus cos square x whole upon sin x. And as I told you, while you are rationalizing, give extra term to a separate limit. So this is limit x tends to 0, 1 upon 1 plus cos x. Now 1 minus cos square x is sin square x. So this is limit x tends to 0, sin square x whole upon sin x into 1 upon applying limit as denominator not equal to 0. Now one sin will be cut, so remaining is sin x in numerator. So giving directly limit, this is sin 0 into 1 upon 1 plus cos 0 is 1. So answer is 0 upon 2, that is 0. That is 0, right? And the second question, that is question number 22, page 302. Limit x tends to pi by 2, tan twice x upon x minus pi by 2. You have one formula, same as this, tan theta 1 while theta tends to 0, but there is no. So now remember one thing, while limit is same as this with plus or minus and you don't know what to do, and you, right, that means totally you are blind, nothing, right? No idea at all, कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा है, right? तो क्या करना है? So at that time, if x tends to a, then you have to assume let x is equal to a plus something, that is theta. You can assume ax is equal to this a plus something. That means we have to assume x is equal to pi by 2 plus something, because you see here, if we substitute pi by 2, that is 0, and here sin pi is also, sorry, tan pi is also 0, so this is 0.0 form, right? So in this case you have to assume this, while x tends to a and no idea at all, आपको कुछ पता नहीं चल रहा है, माइंड आपका टोटली ब्लॉक हो गया है, राइट? कोई आइडिया आ भी नहीं रहा है, no solution at that time. If it is x tends to a, you have to assume x is equal to a plus theta, or whatever it may be. So what we have to assume here, x is equal to, what you want to take, pi by 2 plus theta t, whatever it may be, but theta is very convenient, right? So we assume that let x is equal to pi by 2 plus theta. Now what we require, x minus pi by 2, so x minus pi by 2 is theta. So this implies x minus pi by 2 is equal to theta. And as you know, while we assume something, then you have to change the limit. So as x tends to pi by 2, as x tends to pi by 2, theta tends to, right? What to do? So you have to substitute theta x is equal to pi by 2 in your assumption. If I substitute pi by 2 here, then pi by 2 will be cut. Means theta is 0, right? So theta is 0. So now your expressions become, expression is equal to limit theta tends to 0. New limit is theta tends to 0. Now this is 10. So this is 10. 2. Now what is x? X is pi by 2 plus theta. So x is pi by 2 plus theta whole upon. This is x minus pi by 2, and x minus pi by 2 is theta. So this is theta. So we will get limit theta tends to 0. If we multiply by 2 here, then it becomes pi plus 2 theta. So answer will be 10 pi plus 2 theta whole upon theta. Now 10 pi plus, now you know pi is on left hand side, and plus means in third quadrant, right? And in third quadrant 10 is positive or negative? Positive. So answer will be limit theta tends to 0. Change? No change. This is a full angle, so no need to change. So answer will be tan 2 theta whole upon theta. So this is your theta. So what is missing? क्या missing है? 2. So divide by 2, multiply by 2, and right here 2 theta tends to 0. So answer of this is 1. So answer is 2 into 1, that is 2. Got it? Any problem? Question number 23, page 30T. Find limit x tends to 0 fx and limit of fx of x tends to 1. While fx is given like this. Now as you know, limit is exist if left hand side limit and right hand side limit are equal, right? So limit x tends to a, fx exists if limit x tends to a from left fx is equal to limit x tends to a from right fx. Both are equal. Both are equal. Then limit exists, and we can say that the answer of this is L. Then answer of this is L, right? And the value of this, that is equal to f of a. That is your answer, right? We have to substitute x equal to a in fx, and that is your f of a. Then we can say that from the limit is exist, right? So we have to find out x tends to 0 as well as x tends to 1, right? Now the meaning of this function. Let us see. What is the meaning of? So why this is, suppose x equal to 0 is given, is critical point here is given. While value of x is less or equal to 0 means this, from here to here on this side number line, right? On this number line, suppose this is -1, Suppose this is plus 1, this is plus 2. Right? Now on this side onwards, right, answer of function is always twice x plus 3. Always twice x plus 3. And this side, y, I'm like taking this, right? And this side, the value of function for x greater than 0, not including 0, so I'm writing this box here, right? Answer of function is 3 times x plus 1. Means value of x is greater than 1, answer is 3x plus 1. X greater than 2, 1.1, then answer is, suppose 0.5, then answer is this one. And here, if it is given minus 0.5, answer is 2x plus 3. So, first of all, we find out limit x tends to 0 fx, right? So, that is, we have to find out first of all, x tends to 0 means x is a, f of a is here 0. So, a is 0, then this function is defined for x equal to 0. So, substituting 0 here. So, first of all, f of 0 is equal to 2 into 0 is 0 plus 3. So, this is 0 plus 3, that is 3, right? So, this is reason number 1. Now, left hand side limit. I am writing LHL, that is left hand side limit, right? Limit x tends to a from left. A is x tends to 0. So, x tends to 0 from left. Limit x tends to a from left. A is at x is equal to 0. So, x tends to 0 from left. F of x. Now, meaning of this is x less than 0. While x is less than 0, function is defined as this. So, our fx is limit x tends to 0 from left. Function defined for x less than 0 is this. So, answer is twice x plus 3. Now, there is no denominator. So, denominator never equal to 0. So, substituting direct limit here, we get 2 into 0 plus 3, that is 3. Right? Reason number 2. Right? Now, right hand side limit. So, right hand side limit is limit x tends to a from right. But a is 0. So, x tends to 0 from right, f of x. Now, as you know, x tends to 0 from right, right? You know, x tends to 0 from left. This implies x is less than 0. And meaning of x tends to 0 from right. This implies x is greater than 0. Right, as we discussed in lecture number 1, that is first video, x tends to 0 from left means x is less than 0. X tends to 0 from left. From left, there is x is less than 0 from this side. And x tends to 0 from right. 0 from right means this side, means value of x is greater than 0. Got it? Okay. So 0 from right. 0 from right function is defined as 3 times x plus 1. So answer is limit x tends to 0 from right, function is defined 3 times x plus 1. Now x is 0, so substituting x equal to 0 because there is no denominator. So this is 3 into 0 plus 1. So 0 plus 1 is 1, so answer is 3. So reason number 3. So left hand side limit and right hand side limit both are same as well as value. Right? So limit exists and the answer of this is 3. Answer of this is 3. So therefore, limit x tends to 0 from left, fx is equal to limit x tends to 0 from right, fx is equal to 3. So answer of this, limit x tends to 0 fx is equal to 3. So therefore, limit x tends to 0 fx is equal to 3. Either you can write here, therefore limit x tends to 0 fx exists. And limit x tends to 0 fx is 3. This is your answer. Got it? And in 12th standard, if value left hand side limit and right hand side limit are equal, then function is said to be a continuous. What you have to remember? The function is said to be a continuous function. So this is a continuous function, right? Now another thing, we have to find out limit x tends to 1, right? So we can solve here. So second question, limit x tends to 1 fx. Now that means a is 1, so we have to find out f of 1. Now f of 1 means x is greater than 1. So f of 1 is here, and for this point function is defined same as this. X greater than 0 is defined. So substitute x is equal to 1 here. What we get? 3. 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, 2 into 3. That is 6. So say result number 1. Now left hand side limit. Left hand side limit means limit x tends to 1 from left fx is equal to limit x tends to 1 from left. Now 1 from left means from here 0 to 1. That is x is greater than 0 again. 1 from left means this. In this area this function is defined. 3 times x plus 1. That is this function is again defined. So answer is 3 times x plus 1. Right? So again the limit is 3. X place 1 instead of x. So 1 plus 1. That is 3 into 2 is equal to 6. That is number 2. And right hand side limit. So right hand side limit is limit x tends to 1 from right fx, right, is equal to limit x tends to 1 from right. For x greater than 0, this function is again defined. For greater than 1, this is the function defined. So same function, same answer. So 3 times x plus 1. So no need to find out this, right? Directly answer 6. So from 1, 2 and 3, what we get? Limit is equal to left hand side limit is equal to right hand side limit. So therefore left hand side limit, that is limit x tends to 1 from left fx is equal to limit x tends to 1 from right fx is equal to f of 1 is equal to 6. Therefore limit x tends to 1 fx exists and limit x tends to 1 fx is equal to 6. Got it? पता चला ना? हाँ, क्या करना है वो पता चला. क्या करना है लिमिट एक्सिस्ट के लिए? लेफ्ट हैंड साइड लिमिट फाइंड करना है, राइट हैंड साइड लिमिट फाइंड करना है. दोनों सेम आ गया, बोथ आर इक्वल. देन लिमिट एक्सिस्ट एंड दैट आंसर इज योर वैल्यू दैट वी यू वांट टू फाइंड आउट. अगर इसका वैल्यू भी सेम है, मूल्य भी सेम है इसका, राइट, तो क्या होगा? तो वो कंटीन्यूअस फंक्शन होगा. वो हम 12th में सीखेंगे, मगर अब से आपको मैंने दिखा दिया. नाउ this is very easy question for you. X tends to 1, that is at x is equal to 1 you have to find out. So first of all we find out f of 1. Now when x is equal to 1, this function is defined. Is this or equal to 1? So this function defined, that is 1 square minus 1, that is 0. That is equation number 1. Right? Now left hand side limit. So left hand side limit is limit x tends to 1 from left f of x, right, is equal to limit x tends to 1 from left. Now 1 from left, that is x less than 1. 1 from left means x less than 1, and for x less than 1 this function is defined. So this is again x square minus 1. Substituting x is equal to 1 here, we get 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So again both are same. Now right hand side limit. So right hand side limit x tends to 1 from right fx, that is limit x tends to 1 from right, and from right means x greater than 1, and for greater than 1 this is defined. So minus x square minus 1 is defined. Now substituting x is equal to minus 1 here, this is minus 1 square minus 1 minus 2 number 3. So from 2 and 3 what we get? Limit x tends to 1 from left fx is not equal to limit x tends to 1 from right fx. Therefore limit x tends to 1 fx does not exist.